Oh, welcome back, you bastards. Can I get a rewind? That's going out to the Stuart George. That's Kesme Kestrel. Yeah, just a little update on the eBay situation. I rung them today. I thought to myself, why not? You know, it might be interesting to share with people what's how it goes. And I got a message from the mayor saying he sold something and he thought it was a bit dodgy, didn't like the address that they give him, so he cancelled the order, got negative feedback, and eBay wouldn't remove it. So this video is not so much about the feedback. This is more about just eBay changes going forward. Things might stay the same, they might change. It all comes down to customer feedback. So if you have a problem with the way eBay does things, make videos, make comments. They do listen. They do listen to feedback, and they do seem to change their, the layout on the app quite often. They change policies quite often. As I said before in comments, I think the reason for them holding onto the money longer is so it accumulates interest in their account longer. I don't think it's for buyer protection. I don't think with regards to that, things haven't changed much. Buyers still got protection. They've got extra protection. That's not covered by eBay. That's covered by common consumer rights. And I was talking to a lady about that today from eBay. A few things that she said to me made me gasp, and one thing made me laugh out loud. So I'll try and cover it quickly, concisely in this video. And if it's a little bit too quick, then you might have to do a rewind when the crowd says "Ball strike there." So feedback revision. There is a seller help team, especially there to help sellers with feedback and getting it revised. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. She did say it'd take maybe a day or so for them to get back to me. But the problem with eBay, I find, is the automated side of it. Trying to talk to a human in the first place, you have to just put, "Can I talk to somebody?" in the automated chat. Just put, "Can I talk to somebody? Agent, please. Can I talk to somebody?" And they'll say, "Right, it'll take a few minutes. We'll get back to you," and they did. But the automated side of eBay is very disheartening, very discouraging. I did get a review on the feedback within 30 minutes, and it said no. Our reasons are just no. It didn't give us any reasons, but here's some tips for future success. I'm like, that's really helpful. I talked to the woman about the feedback, and she said most people make their purchases on their phone, which, me included. And the way it's set out on the phone is not always made clear. Now, you may have experienced this yourself with the description. You have to click on the little tab for the description to come up, and you have to keep scrolling through it like that. Whereas before, you click a button and the whole page would open up and you could read it at your leisure. Now it's like this stupid little scrolly thing. So I can see where the error might have been made by the person that bought the thing, and they thought it was bigger and it turned out to be smaller. I put in the description it was smaller, but now apparently I've got to put in the title the size of it if there's any confusion. And there's little drop down boxes, and you can put specifics, and you can put in there the size of it. That's the only way you can cover yourself with item not as described. I mean, this item still might come back to me. They might say, "Oh, it's not as described." Well, it is in the description, so they can't do it that way. But they might, whatever. If it comes back to me, it comes back to me. I'll deal with that. But what the woman said to me on the phone was interesting, because I was talking to her about Um, the money side of things, I said, look, I've literally sent this thing. I sent it on a Monday, it got there Wednesday, and she left feedback, neutral feedback on the same day, and I've still not been paid for it. I'm not going to get paid until tomorrow for it. And it is putting me off. Now, with things that are more expensive, it hasn't really changed buyer or seller protection that way. But if you are a small seller, you're waiting for your funds to clear all the time, and you could be 2 weeks behind if you haven't got any tracking. So it's very important to get signed delivery, or at the very least tracked, because once it's been registered as tracked and delivered, then they'll release the money 2 days later. If not, it will take 2 weeks or for them to release the money, or if the buyer leaves feedback to confirm that they've got it, then they might release the money earlier. It's a flawed system, and it's not very good. Not very good at all. I've always used tracked postage, signed delivery, Royal Mail, second class signed. I thought I'd be clever by start using tracked delivery because it's a bit cheaper. But tracked delivery does not have to be left in the seller's hands. It can be left on a doorstep with a little picture taken, and some little porch pirate, doorstep thief, can steal it, and then you're in a whole world of hate world of hurt then, because you're thinking, where's my parcel? There's a picture of it, but it's not there. And if you're a seller, you're like, they've got the bloody thing, they've got it, I've got a picture of it on the doorstep. And the buyer could make a legitimate claim and say, I haven't got it, when they have. So it's not good. The only way you can cover yourself is signed delivery, which again, I've had things delivered to here, signed delivery, and it's been left on the doorstep. And that leads me on to another point that is to do with COVID, of all things. Since COVID, delivery drivers have got the option to leave things on your doorstep by law, or legally, or whatever way you want to class it, because for COVID protection and staying safe, if they fear they're in threat of infection, they don't even have to knock the front door. We are living in strange times. So if they feel threatened, they don't have to knock the door. So if they leave the parcel on the doorstep and somebody steals it, it's not their problem. So yeah, cover yourself. Get signed delivery if you can. If you're using companies like Every, they do, I think it's for an extra £1 signed delivery. If you're having things delivered like I do by Every, and my driver just leaves it on the doorstep, doesn't even knock the door, I get it redirected to a pickup point. That way I know nothing's going to go missing. Bit more inconvenient, but less stressful than trying to be telepathic, thinking, has he left it on the doorstep yet? Unless you've got a camera looking at your doorstep 24/7. It's just, we live in messed up times, and all these committees trying to improve things and tweak things. If things ain't broke, don't try and fix it. It was working fine. Well, it wasn't working perfectly. You're still going to have scammers. You're still going to have people trying to get one over, trying to get something a little bit cheaper, partial refund here, little scam there. But all that stuff is logged on eBay, and eBay do share that information with third parties, like say somebody buys something on a credit card and gets a charge back. You know, they say, right, I didn't receive the item was defective, whatever, want a charge back. All that information is recorded. Like eBay has the money back guarantee anyway. So if they use this outside credit card protection just to get, you know, a refund and extra money, there's so many scams. It's eye opening because I've heard about these things, but I've luckily never experienced them. And you know, there's people with more criminal brains than me out there, and they are exploiting the system. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a educational, maybe some little nuggets of information there you can take from that. Help protect yourself if you're buying or selling, because some of these little tricks can be played on you, or you know, if you're selling something, you've got to protect yourself. If you're buying something, you know, the old one, always pay goods. If you're having something delivered by, and it's tracked Royal Mail, or it's every, keep an eye on the tracking, or get it redirected to a pickup point if possible, if you're not going to be in. But that was news to me, about the bloody, for COVID reasons they don't have to knock your door. Really? I was like, well, that was worth the phone call alone just to find out that little bit of information. Whether you believe in COVID or not, whether you've been affected by COVID or not, I think it's only the start of the madness. We'll see what happens in the future. Take care, stay safe, stay indoors. Oh, the nonsense that we've put up with, really is farcical. You've got to laugh or you cry sometimes, and I just see all this as nonsense. It really is. It's like, I'm not going to get upset about a neutral feedback or somebody getting something they didn't expect because they didn't read, do the little drop down scroll thing, whatever. It is what it is. We all buy a lemon sometimes. And I'm going to buy some more lemons and sell them on eBay. And this time I'll cover myself. Not trying to scam anybody. I'll put in the description the right size. Learn, move on. Take it easy. Bye-bye.